Clock in, clock in. Black guy just walked in.
I don't need nobody, only fuck with niggas from around my way. Fuck how you feel about it. I don't know who's stepping for my section, but they still tryna block it. Had to throw the 8 up on my necklace, bitch, come tryna stop it, bitch. I don't even wash my clothes, cause I ain't never folded. Had to wipe a nigga nose.
Team Black got a stun up, man. Yo. Alright, y'all, we seen what was going on in the courtroom with Lil Woody, and we back with another video, man. And we just got some more we just got some more info from Woody, and like them now almost, extremely positive it's gonna be a whole lot of I don't recalls going on again. So y'all, let's tune into another questioning video of Lil Woody explaining how he feel about YSL being a gang.
She talked to you about being a part of YSL, correct?
I don't recall what I talked to with any of these police is about. I just know that I was trying to get them off of me. And I'm finna make up whatever, if they bring up whatever topic, I'm finna make up something to get them off of me. I'm a victim in every situation. I'm an innocent in everything I do.
Do you recall her asking you was Billy Blood? And your response was, I was, but. And she didn't ask you, what are you now? And your response is, that's the point. They got mad because I didn't go back with Inglewood because I hang with Thug and I'm YSL.
I don't recall saying that.
What? I told y'all, he already saying he don't recall. What's that in your mouth?
And then you also continue to say that the Inglewood family people were also mad at Little D because he used to be Inglewood. And when he got in, excuse me, strike that.
Strike
you
that.
also continue to say that Inglewood was mad at Little D as well, correct?
I don't recall.
And that when Little D got jumped by MDC, they laughed at him because they thought YSL should have helped him out in the club.
YSL is not a game. So you can't, y'all keep trying to attach that to things that go on. If YSL was a game and you saying that I was Billy Blood and the D was If game, how the hell, excuse my language, how would all of us be YSL if we all
different games?
This and that and that. It don't make sense. But you're a gang, you only gonna be one thing.
Ooh.
Doesn't YSL have both Blood and Crip gang members?
YSL is a record label.
So you ever signed to YSL as a record label?
Y'all keep locking me up.
Were you ever signed to YSL as a record label?
No.
When you got out of jail and you were doing your rap videos, were you signed to YSL?
I was signed to somebody else.
Okay, so you never been on YSL, the record label, correct?
Okay.
Okay. So when we're talking about you was Billy Blood, but now I'm with Thug and them, I'm YSL, Billy Blood is not a record label, correct?
But when you speaking on gang,
is Billy Blood a record label?
All right, Belle, he didn't seem to be answering. Go ahead and answer the question that's on the floor.
Is Billy Blood a record label?
I don't know what Billy Blood is.
So when she asked you,
Saying it wrong?
she asked you was Billy Blood, you said, I was, but.
I'm talking to the police, so I don't recall what I don't say to them. But when you're trying,
I'm gonna mute it, y'all, so y'all can hear what's going on, and then I'm gonna let y'all know how I feel about it. 'Cause I got somebody here that just want to keep talking. But okay, y'all, we gonna continue, and I'm gonna let y'all know how I feel about it at the end.
it's a difference. When you put that gang on things, you go into where I was. I was a 30 deep gang member. You can't say I was a YSL gang member. YSL was never considered a gang. Y'all making it a game.
When you responded, I didn't go back to Inglewood because I hang with Thug and I'm YSL. Did you say I'm part of YSL, a record label?
Listen. It's not a game. You know what I mean? It don't matter how y'all try to put it, how y'all trying to see it. A gang is these people right here, everybody right here, and everybody. You can't put Crips and Bloods together and say that this is a game. Because if the Crips and Bloods get into it and everybody just saying that, they YSL, they got to pick what they going to choose. You can't say, like when I was down the road and then people like, oh, that's Woody. He be with Young Thug, such. And the Blood's like, well, he not Blood. And then the Crips like, well, so when they get in, it don't make sense. Y'all got to get that. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all in here trying to make something more than what it is. It's not.
Is Duke a Crip?
I don't know. Ask Duke.
I'm asking you.
I don't recall.
Okay. And is Duke a part of YSL?
Ask Duke.
I'm asking you.
But we speaking on game.
I asked you a simple question. Is Duke a Crip?
I don't know. I'm not a Crip. Never was.
That's not what I asked you.
Tell you who's a Crip and who's a Blood.
Do you know if Duke is a Crip?
I know I'm a civilian.
Overruled.
Do you know if Duke is a Crip?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you know if Duke is a member of YSL?
I don't recall.
Also, in this February interview with Detective Gaither, did you also speak to her about the gambling house shooting that occurred in Lakewood?
I don't recall.
Did you tell her the whole time it come back on Kel and them, because there's a little gambling house we go hang out and gamble. We go there, we gamble, we come out and leave Kel and them in the bushes. Kel, Stewie, they never mentioned the third person name. They in the bushes. They start shooting at us and they shot so many times. Shit, I was just glad to be alive.
I don't recall.
And when she asked you what gambling house, you said in Lakewood. They shot so many times. So damn near shot everybody's car. But they missed everybody and grazed one person across his back. But when the police came, he had already left. Couple people left, but it was Kel. Do you
I don't recall.
And in fact, you told Detective Gaither the reason why you found out it was Kel is because he got into it with Gucci Red, and she came back and told you all that it was Kel that shot up the gambling house.
I'm talking to the police. I'm going to tell them anything to get them out my face. I don't recall what I don't told them, so you keep asking me the same these questions about what I told the police. Ask me about what's going on today. I don't recall about no lies I don't told in the past.
Back in 2015, were you afraid to come to court to testify if you had to against Tay?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Back in 2015, when you had this interview with Detective Gaither, were you afraid that you would have to come to court to testify against Tay?
Miss Hilton, you know I'm not afraid of nothing that's walking on this earth.
Okay.
You know that.
Looking at that interview, did you tell Detective Gaither, if I describe him in your case, I will have to come to court?
I don't recall. What I don't told the investigator, whatever you call them.
And then you also asked Detective Gaither, if you point him out, meaning Tay, that's going to make it in his discovery packet.
I don't recall. Nothing I don't told the investigators.
And matter of fact, Detective Gaither said to you, I mean, if you identify him, you a victim. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it's not going to eventually come out.
I don't recall. Nothing I told the investigators.
And you told her, man, I know if I do this, shit just going to get worse and worse.
Miss Hilton, I don't recall nothing I don't told the investigators.
And you continue to say, nah, I'm worried about he get locked up, he get the discovery, see, I circle his picture and put my name on there, and he gonna send it to the street, say I told on him. And they gonna put it on Instagram and Twitter, and they gonna tell everybody, and then I'm gonna just be like, boy, then nobody won't be around me.
But the God honest truth is he never shot at me.
But back in 2015, your concern was if you pointed him out, you'd be labeled a snitch, correct?
No, my concern was if they locked him up for something that he didn't do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't recall, you know what I mean? I don't recall what I done told the investigators, but telling them the truth be the last thing I ever do.
And matter of fact, you kept asking, I'm gonna have to come to court, correct?
I don't recall what I just said to the investigators.
And at that point, she tried to encourage you to pick him out of the photographic lineup, correct?
I don't recall.
And then you asked her, what do I have to do then? And she asked you, what you have to do then what? And he said, after I snitch. And she said to you, it's not snitching, it's telling the truth. If you call it snitching, you circle the person you know that shot at you.
It's snitching when you telling the truth.
And that's what your concern was, correct?
Not if y'all sitting here trying to make me say somebody shot at me that they didn't shoot at me. But if this way it's gonna take, because they keep saying here,
One thing I can say, Woody was completely right about what he said at the end. Nowadays, if you do tell the truth, that is considered snitching, especially when you telling the truth involves somebody else getting in trouble. It's technically considered snitching. We getting sort of the same thing out of Woody. He not recalling, but this time we actually got him saying like YSL is not a gang. She tried to get him to say it was a gang, but he did make valid points by saying like, how can we all be a gang when we all got our own gangs? You feel me? So that kind of like fits the story of, you know, it not being a gang and specifically being a record label. But you know, Gunna did take a plea, kind of admitting that it was a gang, but at the same time, his plea don't consist of him going back to court and having to, you know, say that they're a gang. So that's a good thing. Like, they ain't gonna have nobody to come in front of the jury and say, okay, this a gang, although he took that type of plea. And it's looking like Woody is, you know, making a lot of sense when he said that. You feel me? And I know by the jury hearing that, they're gonna, you know, kind of question, like, hold up, we doing a RICO on the record label? Hold up, man, it might not work out. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section below. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video because I believe it's the next one right after.